Hello everyone and welcome to the first ever review on this channel. I suppose you could say it's just another film review. Today I'm going to be talking about the greatest phenomenon that's ever happened to the African American or any black community ever in the film industry. No, I'm just joking. I'm talking about Black Panther. No, in all seriousness, talking about Black Panther today, and hopefully I can keep this video short, but there is a lot to talk about this film, but I guess let's get started. So let's begin with positives. First of all, it's probably up there with Civil War and the first Iron Man for the most engaging, charismatic performances ever seen in Marvel. Every single actor was pretty much perfect. Everyone was charismatic. My favourite characters were Nakia and Shuri, which was Lupita Nyong'o and Letitia Wright. I don't know if I'm pronouncing them wrong. Probably. But yeah, they were my two favourite actresses. The action was pretty spot on in most cases. The casino and the two trial fights that take place in the film, I'd say those three fights set the standard in this movie for quality of action. Seeing Wakanda, like in all its glory everywhere, was really good. It's just a new, interesting setting. The best part of the movie for me was the actual theme surrounding the whole film, which was, self-reflection and transitioning from old to new, helping people, I suppose. Okay, let's move on to some negatives. So, the villain, Michael B. Jordan, his performance was good, but I found sometimes that his motivations were pretty inconsistent. At times there's a personal reason, he wants to fight everyone, and then they're interlinked, but they're kind of separate. Like, he wants to get revenge, but he also wants, to rule, and they're interwoven, but kind of feels separate to me. Sometimes the dialogue was absolutely dreadful. The worst part was the one of those. There was a what are those joke, and it was like literally every single person in the theatre, including children of all ages, physically cringed. Oh, there was groaning throughout the cinema. So sometimes the jokes just did not land. One of the worst parts of the film was actually the CGI, which I've never seen from a Marvel movie. Normally they're quite good, but I mean, if you saw Justice League, then you know what bad CGI can look like. But yeah, the CGI in this film just looks so fake. There was so much CGI, and it all just looked so bad. Like, the one particular scene is one of the trial fights. You get multiple pan-ups to this cliffside, which is all CGI. It's got people dancing on it, and it looks like copy and paste out of some sort of 90s game or something. I don't know. It looks absolutely dreadful. If you go and see it, you'll spot it, and tell me it doesn't look fake as shit. Also, I have to say that there was zero tension in the film. I mean, you can't blame the directors. This is a Marvel thing, but I mean, literally before the film started, there was Infinity War trailer with pretty much everyone from the film. Black Panther and a couple of other characters were in the Infinity War trailer. So there was no, I mean, obviously we know going in that probably none of them are gonna die, but that is just like, come on, give me something. So yeah, throughout the film I was just sort of didn't really get invested in any of the characters' like well-being or anything, which kind of sucked. And yeah, I guess overall people are ranting and raving about this film, but for me it was just like another Marvel film. I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely not a bad film. It's not excellent. For me it's like on par with Doctor Strange, where it falls after the main cast have been introduced, and it's like an origin story that doesn't really need to be there. I mean, it's not really origin because we've already seen him, whereas Doctor Strange, he was introduced after, and we've only seen him once since in Thor Ragnarok. But to me it just kind of felt a bit unnecessary, and I'm talking about the film here. So yeah, overall I think it was a good, entertaining action film, run of the mill, and I'd give it a 7 out of 10, which doesn't mean it's bad, doesn't mean it's excellent though. The thing that I wanted to talk about afterwards, the thing I want to talk about now is this film has been like caught up in all this sort of hype. I don't even know how to, I guess it is hype. It's like, because everyone but 10 people in the film are black, everyone who directed it, produced it, all this stuff is black. It's like, oh, look at this groundbreaking moment in cinema history, and I think that is getting into people's minds when they're actually watching the film, and they're not judging the film for its merits as a film, but also as a cultural phenomenon at the same time, which is fine. But personally, I would just judge them separately. I think it is very important that black directors and artists in all forms get their voice, but it doesn't mean that just because it's a landmark film or whatever, it doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean it's fantastic. If you want to see a fantastic film with the same actor and same director, then go and watch Creed from I think it's 3 years ago now. Let me go find this. 3 years ago, which was Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler, and that is a completely excellent film for, I believe, the 7th film in the franchise. But anyway, that's for another day. I guess I kept this kind of short, which surprising. Normally I go ranting and raving, but I managed to keep concise and on point. But anyway, guys, that is the Black Panther review. Tried not to get into too many spoilers. I hope I didn't. I will listen to this back and it will just be spoiler ridden. Oh god. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, guys, I will be making more videos soon. Stuff that's coming out in the cinema, stuff that I just want to review. Yeah, it's kind of a good title for a channel, another film review. It's a good title because it means I can just review whatever I want. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, you can follow me on Twitter. I will be posting at some point, who knows when. Link in the description. And if you want to see more reviews, then subscribe and look out for more. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time with another film review.